You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show.
Broadcasting live Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to noon Eastern Time, exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
This is sports talk for the people.
Follow Stewart Media and Entertainment right now on Facebook to stay connected and locked in for upcoming events like the Couples and Cocktail Series, viewing parties, and much, much more. Up next, get ready to ride raw with the Doug Stewart Show.
This is sports talk with hot sauce, Texas Pete hot sauce, the Doug Stewart Show.
Exclusively on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network.
Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Doctor, this is the mayor talking.
All right.
Doctor,
Come on, what?
always do the right thing.
If you came here to hear for fake, you are in the wrong place. We are for real around here. We keeps it real. This is the Doug Stewart Show, the livest, the realest, the trillest sports talk show in America. Are you not entertained? This is Sports Talk with Hot Sauce, Texas Pete Hot Sauce, the Doug Stewart Show. Yes! Game time. What's happening? Yeah. This is a Man Talk, fantastic, football, freaky, funny Friday. That's all of that today, man. Thank you so much for joining me on the Doug Stewart Show. And, wow, a lot of great stuff to get into today. A ton of great stuff to get into today. We do it every single day. So, why not today as well? All right. Oh, man. Shouts out to all of the Stewies already in the chat room. Once again, fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Great top five for you today. We're going to talk about some of the things going on in the world of sports. Read a lot of your chat. That's what we do on the Doug Stewart Show. The show is totally interactive. We read chat. We take phone calls. Speaking of which, you can give me a call at 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. And shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Shouts out to Mocha Bella, that Ninja, Jungle Brother, Rel, Scott. Shouts out to you all. Texas Ty, Vern from Jersey, Chucktown Frank. Thank you very much, man. If you're new to the Doug Stewart Show, we do this Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Obviously, you know that because you're listening right now. But once again, we have a great time. I read a lot of your chat. The show is totally interactive. Tell somebody. You know, we get new listeners every day. We're about to cross over the 200,000 listen marker for the show, which is incredible. And right at 10 months, I think our anniversary is at the beginning of September. So tell one person, man. It's the Two Live Stews. It's only one stew. The other stew is retired officially, as he says. But we have a great time on here. Trust me on that. What you do is follow the show on Spreaker. All right, on Spreaker, there's this little follow thing. So whenever I go live, you get alerted. I mean, so that's a fantastic thing. So make sure you follow the show. And then there's a little chat bubble, a little like talk bubble that you used to see in the comic books back in the day. You click on that, and then you're introduced to a whole new world. I call them the Stewies, the fantasy island of sports talk and guy talk. Yes! Yes, sir. I mean, today we got a packed show because not only do I sing every once in a while, as the Stewies can attest to. Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Oh, yeah, we got some kids in here today doing a field trip. I mean, I'm not going to have none of this foolishness out of you. You shut up! Punk-ass kids! So we do a lot of great things. I sing every once in a while. I have a selection in mind that I might want to do for you today outside of the sports talk and the guy talk or whatever. I'm still kind of kicking it around in my head and trying to formulate how I'm going to do it. So maybe I'll sing for you a little bit later. Today we also got the Boiled Peanuts Award, which in effect goes to the Buster of the Week in sports and beyond. Now this week, and there's a long story behind the name and where the Boiled Peanuts Award comes from, where it's derived from. But this week in particular, man, this is probably a landslide victory. I'm not trying to influence anybody, but your Boiled Peanuts nominees are Bill Cosby, who allegedly had been raping chicks for over 40 years. Yeah, I know, kids. And really, I mean, I don't even know if the word allegedly is even proper at this point when he admitted that he bought, these sex drugs to give to women to have sex. And, that whole story is twisted about whatever you want to believe. But Bill Cosby is a nominee. The guy, Jared from Subway, Jared Fogle, he's nominated, but I don't even know if we should even nominate him yet. So, because they haven't really said, and you know the story, the FBI, raided his house early in the morning. I think it was Tuesday or maybe Monday, and looking for information on his computer, supposedly dealing with some child pornography issues that occurred a little while earlier with one of his employees. So the investigation hasn't actually said that they're investigating Jared for distributing or making or watching, I don't know, child porn, but he's kind of involved, so I don't even know if we should have put him on there. Also, Jason Pierre-Paul, who blew off his damn finger, and the bad part about that is he's a grown-ass man. How do you do that? And he's got a contract to sign with the New York Giants that he hadn't done yet, so that's all kind of in flux right now. And then our own Tree, that's right, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. I mean, and I think this is 8-9 weeks in a row Tree has been nominated, but by the grace of God, she has not won the Boiled Peanuts Award yet. And so I don't think she's going to beat out a serial rapist. And if she does, then that says a lot. But I don't think that's going to happen. Good morning, Tree.
Good morning. Don't you just
You feel good today. I mean,
how it always works out.
Yeah, you. I know you got a little spring in your step today because you surely won't win it this week, right? I mean, there's no way.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
There's just no way. I was saying in the chat, I didn't know why I was the only one that suggested that hospital be in the poll.
What hospital?
Because that is really ratchet.
What hospital?
That man's records got released
Oh,
like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, Jason Paul Pierre's records got released. Yeah. Or Pierre
He is
Paul's.
going to be paid. Like, he may have not have all of his digits, but his bank account will be just fine.
Have you seen how mean people are online and on social media? Somebody on my timeline posted a picture of JPP holding up one finger, like we're number one. And then they had underneath the headline was, "Is this too soon?"
Yeah.
He's going to get clowned, man. You kind of need your pointer finger, man. It's index finger, right?
Yeah, I think that's the thing about most of the people that probably listen to this show and the people I even hang out with. Like, we're just so silly.
Right.
That we can even find humor in
the man
the
lost
worst situation.
Right. The man
It's okay.
The man lost one of his digits. I mean, you kind of need your digits. I mean, that's kind of like it's near and dear to your heart. I mean, you've had your fingers since the beginning, and we're making light of it. So, but he's nominated for a Ball Penis Award. I don't care what.
I was going to tell you something. We got an invite to something next week where Silk is performing, and I was afraid to invite you because I don't want you to embarrass us.
My bedroom.
Oh my. See, that's why I didn't want to tell you.
Girl, you don't be late.
This is why I didn't want to tell you.
There's a meeting in my. Yes, sir.
Yeah, we're not
into
going.
the room.
It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
You should have never told me that. Ooh, we going too.
Larry doesn't want us to go. He doesn't want us to go.
Oh,
so.
no, we going because I'm going to go and get a little bit of inspiration for the Stewies on some singing. I mean, you see how I just belted that out just now off the rip, off the cuff, straight off the dome. I mean, so that's what I do. All right, so we're going to do all of that today, as well as a great top 5. We always talk about rappers and everything going on with them, man. Today is Christopher Martin's 53rd birthday. You know who Christopher Martin is, right? You probably don't. He's Play. That's right. Play from Kid and Play. He's 53 today. So today in his honor, we're going to talk about the top 5 rap duos of all times, okay? So we're not talking about Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince. Jazzy Jeff's a DJ. We're not talking about Eric B and Rakim. Eric B's a DJ, so don't get it twisted. We're talking about the top 5 rap duos of all times today. Yes, sir. We're going to have some fun with that. When we get back, man, we'll talk a little bit about a great one going to glory. We'll talk some tennis. And I got a little distressing tennis story for you, man, as well on the Doug Stewart Show. So you don't want to miss that. More NBA free agency fallout. All of that's going down today on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Keep it back. We'll be back in 3 minutes. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, And they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
Hello, baby.
All right, so this is fitting. This is actually perfect. The great Ken Stabler died on yesterday. So coming in at number 5 on my list of top 5 hip-hop rap duos is the great UGK, baby. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is perfect. So number 5 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times is the great UGK. Classics. I mean, just classics, man. Rest in peace, Pimp C.
Mama put me out at only 14.
Yeah.
So I started selling crack, cocaine, and codeine. Time to stack.
So as I just mentioned, man, the great Ken Stabler, quarterback of the Oakland Raiders, went home to glory yesterday at the age of 69. He was diagnosed with colon cancer 5 months ago. And once again, went home to glory, man. So rest in peace to Ken Stabler. Obviously, when he played, I was a young boy. I was born in 1969. He played in like the mid-60s to mid-70s, even to the late 70s. So I kind of remember his name. I don't remember him playing a lot. I wasn't an Oakland Raiders fan back during that time. And but I know that that's kind of like one of the great quarterbacks during the era. You know how you hear a name. You may not have even seen him, but you hear a name enough, or even if you put it in terms of a song that used to play a lot back in the day, you may not know the group's name, but you know that they were kind of a big deal. And that's what it was for me and Ken Stabler, man. So rest in peace to the great Ken Stabler. And as I just said, kind of set up kind of nicely just now, and I didn't even mean to do it inadvertently. But today we're talking about the top 5 rap duos of all times on the Doug Stewart Show in honor of Christopher Martin's birthday today. Play is 53 years old. One of my favorite rap songs of all times is Kid and Play's Getting Funky. And if you remember when that video was out, that might have been one of the hypest, craziest videos ever. You remember they wore the 2 shirts. They were like the leather shirts. And one of them had 2 and the other one had hype. And they all black and they were dancing in the street. Kid and Play, I really, really love Kid and Play when they first hit the scene. They didn't have a lot of success. They probably had, I don't know, maybe 2, 3 songs. They had the Kid and Play Kick Step. They had Getting Funky. Maybe they had one more hit or whatever, but they were kind of like a pop phenomenon. And then with the House Party movies, they were a real big brand. So today we're honoring him. And coming in at number 5 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times is the great UGK, Bun B, and the great Pimp C. So I remember, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, I remember Jim Plunkett, and I'm looking at it right now, and I pulled it up before we came back from the break. Jim Plunkett was the quarterback for the Oakland Raiders in 1980. Okay, so at that point I was 11 years old. So Jim Plunkett was the quarterback from 80 to 83, or maybe even 85. Yeah, he was a backup behind Mark Wilson in the mid-'80s. But, yeah, I remember Jim Plunkett. I remember Ken Stabler once again because of the great name. So R.I.P. to him. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. I meant to tell you in the first segment that we're voting on the Boiled Peanuts Award by the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. All right, so make sure if you're not in the group that you become a member so that you can vote on today's Boiled Peanuts Award. And once again, your nominees are Bill Cosby, Subway Jared Fogle, JPP, as well as our own Tree Taylor here. And the kids like you, Tree. So those are your nominees. So vote on the Doug Stewart Show Facebook group. If you haven't heard, man, Serena Williams dominated Maria Sharapova on yesterday, 6-2 to 6-4. I mean, just kicked your ass. That's the 17th time in a row. That's the 17th time in a row that Serena has beaten Sharapova. And whenever they talk about that matchup, you always talk about the disparaging difference between national and worldwide sponsorship that Sharapova gets, quote unquote, because she looks a certain way, and how Serena doesn't have those same opportunities, which is crazy because Serena is probably the greatest female tennis player in the history of the sport. So that always makes me scratch my head like, are you kidding me, man? And she dominates Sharapova. I mean, absolutely dominates Sharapova. I usually don't talk a lot of tennis for obvious reasons because it's not one of the biggest sports that we like to talk about here in this country as far as our sports. But I do have a little, tennis story, and I'm kind of scarred from the whole events. And you may have heard me tell this story before. And by the way, Serena's going to play Azarenka, Muguruza. Muguruza this Saturday for the Wimbledon Championship, and she's trying to complete that tennis slam where she holds all 4 of the majors at one time, and this will be the last leg of that. But I got a little damaging, scarring tennis story, man. Probably 5 years ago, and I told this story, I think, on the 2 Live Stews, but I'll tell it one more time. So 5 years ago, the wife starts playing tennis, and a year goes by, and the next year comes by, and she asked me to be her partner to play in this mixed, doubles teams or whatever. And so I say, okay, some type of way to bond with the old lady or whatever. So I'll do it, no problem. So we go out there and we commence. I never played tennis before in my life. All right? I consider myself a damn good athlete, but never played tennis before in my life. I'm a little bit older. So we get out there for the first year, man, and we getting our ass kicked. I mean, we play 5 games on the year. We go 1-4. Now, that don't set well with your boy. That doesn't set well with your boy. So after that season, I took it upon myself to go out there and hit some balls. I even hired a little trainer. He showed me some of the finer points of the sport of tennis. So I went out there, and I was ready to go. So the next year comes around, and I told my old lady, I was like, listen, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. All you do is you stay back there. You stay back there, and I'm just going to patrol up here in a lot of the balls that probably you should get. If I can get to them, let me get to them. All right? We got a whole new thing we're doing here. We're turning over a new leaf. I don't like what happened last year, so we got to have a new strategy, and we strategize and this, that, and the other. So the second year, we're ready to go, and I give her the instructions, and we dominate. We go 4-1 this year. All right, there's more to the story. So we go 4-1 this year. And I mean, I am absolutely crushing people. I'm slamming the ball. I'm just smashing fools on the other side of the net. And lo and behold, the season's over. We go 4-1. We're like the best team on the team. of couples. And the next year rolls around, and I mentioned, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm looking at the calendar, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, and I'm watching the calendar, and I'm like, what's going on with tennis? When do we start again? I'm ready to take our game even to a higher level. The wife says to me that they didn't invite us back. I says, what? What do you mean? Why? What do you mean they didn't invite us back? Yeah, they didn't invite us back to play. I'm like, why? So she has this kind of look on her face like she doesn't want to tell me and this. I was like, what's going on? What's the deal? She says, well, they felt like that you played too aggressively. I says, what? What did you just say? Yeah, they felt like that you played too aggressively. And I was like, okay, first of all, I'm in shock about this whole turn of events here. But what do you mean I played too aggressively? You know how you was smashing balls on ladies and you was hitting the ball and they had to duck to get out of the way? you remember you were doing all that last year? I was like, yes, I was trying to win. She was like, well, that's kind of not like tennis etiquette. And I was like, well, why didn't you tell me this? She's like, I tried to tell you, but you were just so consumed with winning, you didn't care about nothing. And then it was a big argument. And I was like, wait, calm down. So you mean to tell me that they wanted me to play soft? Like they didn't want us to really forcefully to try to win? There's an etiquette, there's a desensitized way to play this sport? And she's like, yeah. And they didn't ask us back. They didn't say that per se. But just in conversation with some people off the court, this is what they said, that you played too aggressive.
You angry black man.
Right.
That's what it is, the dumbing down.
Right. And so I felt so insulted by this, Tree. And I'm glad you jumped in because I wanted to get your thoughts on it, but you just chimed in just now. I mean, is that what was going on? They wanted me just to dumb down my game, and they wanted me to continue to lose?
Hell yeah.
Yeah!
Have you been to field day lately where everyone's a winner? Hell yeah. You had too much aggression.
Oh my God.
Too much confidence.
And maybe I need to have her on to talk about it and give her side of the story. I am still mad about that till this day. And that was like 5 or 6 years ago. I am still pissed off about that till this day. And I never really liked tennis before, and now I can't stand tennis. So that's my little tennis story. And that's a true story. Word is bond. Unlike DeAndre Jordan, word is bond. Yeah. They kind of said you played too aggressive. I said to my wife, what do you mean by that? She's nice. She likes to get along with everybody. It's the neighbors. You know, this is a community thing. So it's like the subdivision where we have a tennis court, and they're kind of her friends. And this thing is, and you, a lot of you probably can attest to this. You know what I'm talking about with these tennis leagues, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. So it's kind of like a social event type thing. They go out there, they hit the balls across the net or whatever, and then they bring out wine and cheese and all of this crap, all of this sissy stuff. And I go out there and damn it, I don't want to lose. And you're playing too aggressively. Damn your league. I ain't want to play anyway. You mad at me because I want to win? You mad at me because I take the steps and do what I have to win? That's un-American.
I say you go out there and sing the national anthem at their tournament this year.
Oh, I might. I told my old lady, what if I come out there and just, make a nuisance out of myself? What if I just act a fool? That's what they wanted. But I didn't want to play in your old stinky tennis league anyway. I didn't want to play. I didn't want to play at all anyway. So and I wish I had on Periscope. You see me lick my tongue out just now. All right, when we get back from the break, man, more NBA free agency fallout. Man, DeAndre Jordan's name is mud right now. We'll talk about that, what they're saying in Dallas, as well as getting to these birthdays, and we'll start getting into your chat, man, on the Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. You've been thinking about starting that online store, right? And you do know e-commerce makes billions a year. That's right. I said billions with a B, okay? A B. Well, just do it and do it right with my friends at AmeriCommerce. AmeriCommerce is an easy-to-use tool to sell anything online, on Facebook, and through mobile phones. Over 100,000 merchants and website owners have chosen AmeriCommerce to handle their stores and customers. They have the most in-depth features in the industry, which include multiple storefronts, website management from one console, a Facebook shopping application, a mobilized, optimized website, and much more. Don't let eBay, Amazon, and Zappos get all the money. Get your piece of the pie, too. Click on their banner link on thedougstewartshow.com or the app link for more details. First of all, thank you for listening to The Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on The Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU. All right, so now that I think about it a little bit more, the old ladies we were playing against, they were running for their lives. I mean, they were running for their lives, but damn it. I mean, the whole thing was just bad. They tried to emasculate a brother, and that wasn't going to happen. That wasn't going to happen. Damn it, we playing a game. I mean, it's a winner and a loser. And I don't lose. I don't lose. And nothing. You got me that last year, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Oh, yeah, welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. I'm sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here about that whole tragic tennis situation I found myself in a couple of years ago. This is a fantastic, freaky football Friday, and this segment is brought to you by National Debt Relief. They're one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, an alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. So give them a call at 844-828-4975. Once again, that's 844-828-4975. And make sure and tell them that the Doug Stewart Show sent you. As I mentioned at the top of the show, you can vote for your Boiled Peanuts winner this week. Your contestants are Bill Cosby, Subway Jared Fogle, JPP, and our own tree right here on the Doug Stewart Show, the producer to the show. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Periscope. I actually wasn't able to do a Periscope this morning, a pre-show Periscope. Had some issues with our reception in the studio, so we didn't get that up today. Maybe I'll try to do one before we get out of today's show. And also, we're doing the top 5 hip-hop / rap duos of all time. And coming in at number 5 on my list was the great UGK. And coming in at number 4 on my list is
You got to chill.
Great EPMD comes in at number 4 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times. Now, I think this list is actually pretty simple. I think I have the definitive list on rap duels of all time. So coming in at number 4 on my list is the great EPMD. All right, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewart.com. Antonio Brown is 27 years old today. Happy birthday to him. Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver. Some people say top 2 or 3 receiver in the game. He's a beast. He is a beast. Trent Richardson, 25 years old. Former Alabama running back. Now with the who is he with now? He's been like cut, released a couple of times. I think the last team he was with the Indianapolis Colts. I'm not sure if he's still a member of the Colts, but really a disappointment as far as what we thought he was going to be in the NFL. But happy birthday to him in any regard. And also, to which today's top 5 is dedicated to, the great Christopher Martin is 53 years old. Kid and Play. Yes, sir. The great Kid and Play. The great Play. Happy birthday to him. I also, obviously, I wanted to get into the conversation about what's going on, the latest with, and I guess it's not news, it's kind of like reaction to DeAndre Jordan and what he did in deciding to go back to the Los Angeles Clippers as opposed to staying with the team he committed to in the Dallas Mavericks. We'll get to that in a second. But let me read some of your chat here. The number is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougsstewartshow.com. From the 47th problem, he says, Serena is going to be my next wifey, taking my vitamins now. You better take some damn vitamins you're trying to get with Serena. From Chef Ivan the Great, he has, I think this is in his order for the top 5 rap duos of all times. He has Outkast number 1, UGK number 2, Run DMC number 3, 8 Ball, and MJG number 4, and EPMD number 5. I'm looking at your list. And I think we have pretty much the same groups or duos. The order is a little bit different. And then you said, sorry, but I'm from the South. From Scotty, Serena is the best ever but gets no respect by the media. Well, yeah, you know why that is. Because, first of all, Richard Williams, they daddy, Serena and Venus's daddy. He did it different. He didn't have them on that circuit where they were like 10, 11, 12 years old, going all over the country playing tennis. He did it different. So it's kind of like anti-establishment the way that he did it. He really cussed out a couple of reporters back in – you ever seen that video when Richard Williams, this reporter was interviewing Serena and Venus, and he was asking all stupid-ass questions sometimes reporters ask. And Richard stepped in. Just Google it or look at it try to find it on YouTube. He stepped in and act like he wanted to pimp slap the dude. So I absolutely love Richard Williams, and I love the story about the Williams sisters. Dude had a vision. You talk about a visionary. And that's Richard Williams. So I absolutely love this story. From Fell Pay, Laugh Out Loud, Doug was playing dodgeball in the tennis court. It did kind of turn to dodgeball. Now that I think about it, these women were running for their lives. Because I was smashing. If the ball ever, if you lackadaisically put over a shot and it came anywhere in the vicinity, I don't know, of 30 feet, where I could get to it over that net, it was coming back, and it was probably coming back straight to your damn face. So maybe I was a little bit too. Nobody told me, though, that there was this etiquette and that you should take it lightly on ladies. And, oh, yeah, I purposely tried to smash at women. I figured our chances of winning the point were better. Doesn't that make good sense? If I have an opportunity to hit it at the guy, this is mixed doubles. If I have an opportunity to hit it at the guy, or hit it at a lady with less athleticism, no disrespect to ladies, I like ladies. What would you do? My strategy was to try at all costs to hit it at the ladies and then hit it at them hard. What's wrong with that? We went from 1-4 to 4-1 in 1 year. And people mad for Miss Mocha Bella, Doug playing too aggressively for tennis. Yeah, that doesn't even make sense. That's like an oxymoron. A sport and playing too aggressive. Fat Boy McCoon, ESPN says Sharapova forces Serena to play her best tennis. And I'm like, no, Serena forces Sharapova to play her best tennis, and she still gets in that ass. Exactly. Grego, Tiger had that aggression. Right. You remember when Tiger first, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, you remember when he first got into the PGA, and they always talked about how Tiger did all these non-traditional golf things. His mannerisms weren't the norm for golfers in this quote-unquote dignified manner. Maybe another part of the problem they had with me, too, is I didn't wear all of the cute tennis stuff. My wife actually bought me some nice tennis stuff to wear out there, and I felt like, kind of like basketball, if you're not good, you don't wear all of that fancy stuff. So I put on like some cutoff jeans and a little polo or something like that, and I went out there and I played.
Jeans?
Okay, I'm exaggerating with the cutoff jeans thing a little bit, but get the point. I wasn't dressed to kill in tennis because I didn't feel like my game was good enough. You know, that's kind of like an unwritten rule. You don't go to the playground and put on all of this matching paraphernalia you got from Champs or Foot Locker or whatever, and your game sucks. So I felt kind of weird about that. From Ducking and Dodging, he says, she tried to tell you, Doug. From Stringer, they should have never let you ninjas have money. The classic line from Dave Chappelle. They should have never let you ninjas have money. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, we were on this tennis team, and, From dollars and cents, I still do the kid and play kick step with my Little League baseball kids. That's funny. You should show them the video, and they'll be like, this is the origin of the kid and play kick step or the step that we're doing with you kids. From Stringer, maybe it's because I'm from the South, but I got Outkast and UGK number 1 and 2. Damn. The way I'm kind of doing my list, my top 5 duos, rap duos of all times, is I'm kind of equating into their brand, how big of a brand, how well they're known. And I am actually, factoring in commercial success as well. So if you factor that in, you probably know what my list consists of. Already at number 5, I've got UGK. Number 4, I got EPMD. They got to have skills. They got to be able to rap. They got to be able to control the mic. And number 4, I got EPMD. Number 3 through 1 coming up here in a second. So I understand people may have different preferences and what they like. Southern people are going to like the UGKs of the world and the Outcasts of the world. I get that. I totally understand. But this is my particular list we're talking about today. From Ronald Cameron, I don't consider P.E. a duo because it was mostly Chuck D. Exactly. And I don't have Public Enemy on my list because Chuck D was the rapper. Flavor Flav wasn't a rapper. He was a hype man. And then you had the SW1s or whatever. And so I do not have Public Enemy on my list. And there was a lot of groups out there or duos out there, supposed duos, groups out there that some people may say they should belong on this list. But once again, like I said, the Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince and Eric B. and Rakim, they don't go on the list because they aren't actually duos, in my opinion, in the dual word, the constituted word duo. From Thorny Switch, agree, Fel. I know most folks won't see them as number 1 like me, but damn, 5, Outkast is crushing Run DMC. From Mitchell, Kid and Play, UGK, 8 Ball and MJG, Tribe Called Quest, and number 1, Outkast. Ooh. One of those in there, there's kind of a controversy about. I'll tell you about that later on my honorable mention, so stay tuned for that. This is the Doug Stewart Show. Thank you for joining your boy on a fantastic Football Friday. I promise when we get back, we're going to talk about some very, very harsh words from an NBA player towards DeAndre Jordan. And then we'll get back into more of your chat. We'll continue with the top 5 rap duos of all time, shawty. Yeah. Fantastic Freaky Football Friday. The Doug Stewart Show. Don't go away. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com, America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play, so you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STU to play for free. That's STU for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STU, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STU.
The Doug Stewart Show.
The place where the real players play.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service.
The Doug Stewart Show.
That's a brand name. Like Pepsi, that's a brand name. I stand behind it. I guarantee it.
The Doug Stewart Show.
If you ain't stewing, what the hell are you doing? Yeah! What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers and compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky Football Friday. Shouts out to everybody in the chat room. Thank you so much for the chat. I really do appreciate that. Have you created your DraftKings account yet? If you haven't, shame on you, man. Baseball season is in full effect right now, and you can win money, real money on DraftKings. Here's what you do. Go to DraftKings.com, create you an account, and use the promo code STEW. That's STEW. You know, my nickname derived from my last name. Use that, and anything you deposit up to $600, me and DraftKings are going to match it. That's right. $600. So you put in $600, you'll be playing with $1,200. You can't beat that with a stick. So that's DraftKings. Use the promo code STEW. Also, man, Pride America brings you this segment in life. Things happen good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband and a father and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So what I've done, man, is I've teamed up with the number one and the largest independent financial services company in North America, and that's Pride America. If you're a parent, husband, or wife, and want to discuss options with one of Pride America's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and let him show you your options for protecting your family. He can actually do a policy in any state in the continental United States. So holla at my folk Greg Wynn. Real good guy. Real good dude. Still some fallout here, obviously, from DeAndre Jordan deciding to be or deciding to go back to the Los Angeles Clippers. You know, Chandler Parsons, a member of the Dallas Mavericks, was part of the team, quote-unquote team, that met with him and Mark Cuban and some of the staff members to initially get him to commit to the Dallas Mavericks. And he's pissed off right now. Here's a quote from Chandler Parsons. He said he wasn't ready to be a franchise player. He was scared. He was scared to take the next step in his career. There was no other reason other than he was comfortable and he has friendships there. How you make a business decision like that is beyond me. How you ignore an owner like Mark, who is in your hometown just waiting for a chance to talk to you, is beyond me. I don't think he made a mistake. I think he'll be good in L.A. He's got a good team. He's got a great point guard. He's got Blake, but I think he could have been a superstar in Dallas. He could have been the man in Dallas. Never in a million years did I think that this was even a possibility. I'll still be friends with him, but I can't get over the way he's put our entire franchise in jeopardy. It's normal to get cold feet. It's normal to get second thoughts, but you don't back out of a commitment of this magnitude this late in the game just to leave us high and dry. And for the most part, I agree with everything that Chandler Parsons just said. And I said this on yesterday. And listen, once again, at the end of the day, this is DeAndre Jordan's decision. He's got to be comfortable with it. He's got to live his life. So at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what anybody says, but you just don't do business like that. And I talked about it, how there was this term that we used to use back in the 80s that came from the streets of New York, and it was word is bond. And I mean, that's all you got. I mean, if you can't give a guy your word and not follow through with what you said you would do, then you really don't have a lot else, man. That's one of those unwritten things. It's one of those man law type conversations. But I totally agree. Did he probably do the right thing? Yeah, he probably did. And I talked about this as well, how really, to be honest with you, and he probably at some point during the week thought about it himself and says, I'm really not that good of an offensive player to be barking, talking about I need to be more of an offensive weapon. He's the third fiddle guy in the Clippers, and I mean, he should be happy for that, to be honest with you. The guy has no offensive game at all. And maybe during this week he says, man, if I do this, I'm going to be exposed to the bum that I am on the offensive side of the court for the most part. But why would I do this? This is stupid, and he decided not to do it. I guess he can. I guess this is the thing you probably need to take from this is you need to be sure. You need to tread lightly when you have a life-changing decision like this. You know, if there are any kids listening to the Doug Stewart Show right now, man, he didn't have to tell the Dallas Mavericks that early that he was going to commit to them. He didn't have to do that. If he wasn't sure, he probably should have just waited another day or so and really made sure about this. And also another big thing about this that I think, and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about, is this whole thing feels like that he just wanted his ego stroked. And I mentioned this yesterday. The whole thing felt like that he wanted a little attention. You know, like they didn't give him enough hugs there in Los Angeles over the last couple of years, the first years of his career. And so, you know, Chris Paul comes out there and they have dinner and Chris Paul says, man, we want you. And they rub his head a little bit. That didn't sound right, but you know what I mean? And he's okay now. He just wanted a little bit of love. I mean, that's kind of lame in my book. How you a grown-ass man and they paying you $80-something million? I don't care what nobody. If it was that bad of a situation where he felt that disrespected, they could have talked to him till the cows came home and he wouldn't have come back. But evidently that wasn't the case. 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. From Chef Ivan the Great, he says, damn, Doug, 5 for UJK? You're from South Carolina, sir. Come on down. Come on, don't do Pimp C like that. Laugh out loud. It's a done deal, bro. I got UGK. And listen, once again, all of these groups are fantastic in the top 5 rap duos of all times that I have on my list. But some are more recognizable and have done more and have a bigger brand than others. And, I mean, it's obvious, the top 3. I guess, but I'll tell you this, though, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. There's one rap duo that you're probably forgetting and that I actually forgot about as well. I'm embarrassed to say till about 15 minutes before the show. So I had to shuffle around my order a little bit. And so keep listening. When you hear number 3 on my list, you'll see what I'm talking about. I think people forget about them sometime. From Ronald Cameron, he says top 5 rap duos. Number 1, Run DMC. Number 2, Outkast. 3, EPMD. 4, Tribe. Number 5, UGK. From 216 Dane. Everybody's forgetting one particular rap duo. From 216 Dane, he says number 5, UGK. Number 4, Tribe Called Quest. Number 3, Run DMC. Number 2, EPMD. Damn, he's got EPMD over Run DMC? How you do that? Come on now. I mean, come on now. And then he's got number 1 at Outkast. And that's your list. That's fine, sir. From that Doc 12, no one's saying Dre and Snoop. Yeah, but I still, even in Dr. Dre's rapping days, the things that he did rappers, I never really considered Dr. Dre a rapper. Even when he was with NWA, I don't think I ever considered him a rapper. I think I always considered him a producer and the guy doing the beats. From Thorny Switch, my number one is and always will be UGK, country rap tunes. I love UGK too, man. I do. And obviously this show is based in the South, so we got a huge Southern influence. And I think the rest of the country really sleeps on UGK as far as how good their skills are. And that one day song that I played at the top of the show, honoring the great UGK at number 5, man, that's one of my favorite rap songs of all times. I mean, all times. Them boys fire. I will give it to them. They fire, but they can't get any higher than 5 on my list. I mean, no disrespect to the great UGK. From Grego. Grego says, my birthday is Sunday, but I share it with the horrible Bill Cosby. Damn. I tell you what, but happy birthday from the Doug Stewart Show, Grego, since we're not going to be here Sunday. Happy birthday, brother. We appreciate all the support and all the love to the Doug Stewart Show, man. Be careful out there this weekend. Don't get in too much trouble. From Stringer, he says, BPA should be a tie this week, Cosby and Jarrett. See, I don't agree with that. You can vote how you want. We put them on the list. Maybe we shouldn't have even put him as a nominee, but I kind of get it. Once again, Jarrett has not been accused of anything yet. It looks real fishy. And the fact that it has anything to do with child pornography, I guess we can put him on the list. To have his name involved with child pornography, I guess we can put his name on the list, but nothing's been proven. I mean, we don't even know there's an investigation into him. And I'm just trying to be fair here in this conversation. From Fel Pay, now I guess we see why Paul Pierce wanted to fight you, Doug. Your competitive spirit on that pool table was probably pissing him off, laugh out loud. Oh, it probably was. And you know, make a long story short, we played in a celebrity pool tournament with at the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game in Las Vegas. It's probably 8 years ago now. I don't know whatever particular year it was. And Paul Pierce and it had a partner, and Paul Pierce was talking to us like some old peons, like some punks. And he didn't even know us. We had just met, and then he started making all these, condescending comments and, in effect, trying to throw shade. Paul Pierce didn't know. He was very close to getting his ass kicked. Because me and my brother fight as a team, okay? And me and my brother fight as a team. We've had all these tag team moves that we developed over the years growing up. And so we had already had our moves and what we were going to do in place. Yes, Tree?
Sound great. You're a grown-ass man. Y'all got moves.
We got, moves.
This ain't middle school playground.
But
when you say moves, you mean like literally
like wrestling moves. Like I go down.
If we get in a fight, this is what we gonna do.
Right. Yes.
Oh, hell.
Right. I go low, you go high. That type of stuff. The old freaking
You
fact.
are a grown-up.
I don't care. We didn't forget the moves. We didn't forget the moves. I mean, these are things that we practice in our living room as 7, 8, 9, 10-year-olds. We didn't forget the moves.
You think they'll still work on a larger body?
Yes! We're larger too. We're larger too. What do you mean? Ain't nobody scared of punk-ass Paul Pierce. And we won the damn tournament. What are you talking about? Yeah, we competitive, man. I don't like losing in nothing, man. And Gerald, the damn engineer to the show, shouts out to you, Gerald. I mean, we had a series of games in chess a couple of months back, and Gerald just kicked my ass, man. And I'm still stressing about that. The team that I played for in college, my first year of college, the Newberry Indians, and I think they've changed their names now to the Wolves, we went like 3-8. I transferred. I ain't staying around a bunch of losers. I mean, I love my guys, the teammates on that team. We still in contact. But I wasn't going to sit around there, man. They didn't have their stuff together. I was bamboozled into that whole thing. I ain't trying to hang around no losers, man. Losers. No way, Jack. All right, we get back from the break, man. I'll tell you number 3 on my list of top 5 rap duels of all times. We'll read more of your chat, and we'll talk about LeBron James. Yeah, don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! I don't like Johnny Gill. He took my spot on New Edition. One of my favorite songs of all time from New Edition is Can You Stand the Rain? So to pay ode to that famous song, man, I'm going to give you my little rendition of Can You Stand the Rain? On a perfect day, I know that I can count on you. Ooh. When that's not possible, tell me, can you weather the storm? Then Ralph jumps in. 'Cause I need somebody who will stand. Shut up! Who will stand by me through the good times and bad times. She will always be right there. Hey, sunny days. Everybody has them. And tell me, hey, can you stand the rain? J-Rob, Tree, if you stop Doug singing, we will renege your BPA nomination. Huh? Buster Doug, I see why you got kicked out of New Edition. Wait a minute. Back up, Jack. Shut up. Studio audience, y'all are out of control today. I mean, seriously, we're going to talk about this. We're going to have to take y'all into Larry's office after this show. That ninja, you just cracked my damn phone screen. What? Where's all of this coming from? Who's putting y'all up to say these things? Who's putting y'all... Okay, Tree, jump on for a second. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Did you prompt these people to say these nasty things to me on Spreaker.com?
You know what?
I mean, it's jealousy. Tree, we know that you sing. But you don't have to be the only person that can sing, okay? I can see it. What do the kids call it? Hating? Is that what's going on here, Tree? Are you hating on Doug Stewart? Dirty Della.
Oh, my God.
Dirty Della. Oh. Dirty Della. Oh. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes! Hour number 2, baby. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic, freaky, funny Football Friday. Talking about the top 5 rap duels of all times. I also want to get your thoughts on Serena Williams. I want to get your thoughts on aggressive play in tennis. The great Ken Stabler going home to glory. Maybe we got an old school cat here. I know we got a wide range of listeners. Guys in their 20s, guys in their 60s. Talk about Ken Stabler, man. Send me a post in the chat room or give me a call and give me your thoughts on the great Ken Stabler going home to glory. From the state of Alabama, played for Bear Bryant, Crimson Tide. I think they had a national championship while he was quarterback there. Just a good old country boy from what they say about the great Ken Stabler. But R.I.P. to him. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Having a lot of fun today on this fantastic Football Freaky Friday, talking about the top 5 rap duos of all times in honor of Christopher Martin's birthday. Play from Kid and Play. Number 5 on my list was the great UGK. Number 4 was the great EPMD. And here's the one I thought that y'all would forget about, and I didn't see it listed anywhere, or this particular group listed anywhere in the chat. Coming in at number 3 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times is yes, sir! The great Salt and Pepper comes in at number 3 on my list. I mean, come on, man. I absolutely love this video, too, back in the day. All right, so Salt and Pepper comes in at number 3 on my list, and I knew y'all were going to forget about it. Y'all a bunch of male chauvinist pigs. I mean, Salt and Pepper was huge. I actually forgot about him, too. Yeah, so coming in at number 3 on my list is the great Salt and Pepper. As I said earlier, kind of like the variables I used in picking these duos was how big their brand was, how recognizable they are, some skills. Salt and Pepper had skills for the most part, as well as legacy. I mean, they had that song. They had Tramp, and they also had I'll Take Your Man. What else did they have? They had Push It. The great Push It, man. 3 of the biggest songs probably in rap history, definitely for women rappers. So Salt and Pepper comes in at number 3 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times. One of them is real religious right now. The other one, Pepper is still looking fine. Pepper, they had a reality show a couple of years back. I don't know if they still have it, but I was big fans of Salt and Pepper. The asymmetrical haircuts, the big-ass bamboo earrings or whatever. That was totally hip-hop for the late 80s, early 90s. I mean, the way Salt and Pepper looked, that's like that's the face of how ladies looked in the early 90s, late 80s, was how Salt and Pepper used to look back in the day. So shouts out to them at number 3 on my list. So, LeBron James, man. LeBron James is re-upped with the Cleveland Cavaliers. 2-year deal. It's going to be worth about $47 million. In effect, it's a 1-year deal because it's 1 year guaranteed, and then the next year he has an option. So he may, chances are, he's done this. He did this last year as well. Chances are he's going to opt out, and then he'll be able to take a part of that new TV money, the new salary cap that they're going to go on next year. One thing about this, man, and I haven't heard a lot of people really talk about this. This is kind of becoming a trend where these cats do these short-term deals. And I don't know if it's a trend, actually. LeBron's the guy known for doing this type of thing. We kind of forget an aspect in this whole equation that we haven't talked about a lot. This is very risky. LeBron James makes a ton of money off the court, obviously. I mean, he doesn't need to make any more money. He's got probably $1 gazillion. But in relative terms, if you're talking about your business and making the money that you're worth, this is very risky for the reason that I always talk about where college players, they actually come back to their particular sport, their prospective sport, as opposed to going to the professional rank and making money because of the possibility of injury. Now, he's going to get $46 million for 2 years, or let's just say half or whatever that is. So it's $23 million he's going to make this coming year. But he could have done a long-term deal with, 6 or 7 years and been up in the $140, $150 million range guaranteed. Remember, this is basketball, so the contracts are guaranteed. So God forbid, and I'm not speaking bad into existence. I hope I'm not doing this, but this is for the purpose of this conversation. God forbid LeBron James goes out next year and tears his knee up and breaks his leg in 5 different points on his leg and can't play basketball again. I mean, not that it's likely to happen, but it's possible. You know, he's losing a lot of money if for some reason Cleveland doesn't want him doesn't want to sign him again, or he can't play basketball again. So, and listen, I guess he's a God-fearing man, and he's been healthy his entire career, and it's a blessing. Some cats play their entire careers and never have injuries. They're blessed in that regard. Some guys, they get injuries all the time. They're always beat up. They always got a pull muscle here. They got a torn ligament there, this, that, or the other. They're always injured. LeBron's been healthy. Like, I can't remember a long period of time where LeBron James hadn't played basketball due to injury. This past year, would he miss like 2 weeks? And where he went down to Florida and got re-energized, quote unquote re-energized. Then he came back and he was fine. But I don't remember a situation like Michael Jordan had early in his career when he broke his foot and he missed like the majority of an entire season. I can't remember that for LeBron James. He's played this thing right because he will be able to get more money if he stays injured. He's played it right. But my gosh, man, prayers to that young man. $23 million this year, and he's forsaking 6 years or so of guaranteed money. I haven't heard many people talk about that. So good luck to that young man and prayers to him. And I don't know. We can't count the man's money with all the things that he's done off the court. But I would guess LeBron James probably got, $300-400 million in the bank. Is that too much? I don't know. So he's definitely good for money. But the only thing better than being good for money is having more money. Like the dude in the NFL has had an NFL contract for the last couple of years. I don't recall his name right now. And he's driving for Uber in the whole commercial, and I think it's a publicity type thing. The whole thing is that, yeah, he plays in the NFL and he makes a lot of money, but the only thing is better than making NFL money is making more money. And so the guy's doing Uber and driving people around on his spare time. So once again, I hope that I'm just, being cynical and doing a little bit too much in my observation of this, man. But this is at the end of the day, this is kind of a risky move once again for LeBron James. 404-382-0338 is the number to the show. When we get back from the break, man, all I'm going to do is read chat. That's all I'm going to do. And also, later on in today's show, at some point before we get out of here, I want to talk a little bit about Braxton Miller and some of the comments that he made yesterday, quarterback for Ohio State. Ooh. This is another thing, man, that I'm scratching my head about. That whole quarterback situation up there for Ohio State. I don't know. So we'll talk about that, but when we get back, we're reading chat, man. Thank you so much for the chat. Don't go away. This is the Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad. And being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and #1 independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes! This is your boy Doug Stewart, one half of the Two Live Stews. Check out my brand new daily show and podcast that airs live Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Spreaker.com. That's the Doug Stewart Show daily at 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time, live on Spreaker.com. Or check out the podcast anytime, 24/7. If you not stewing, what in the world are you doing?
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, And they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. Providing clients with both expertise and proven results, this means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975 and work it out.
I think y'all inadvertently got a preview of this, but it's okay. Coming in at number 2 in my top 5 rap duos of all times is the great Outkast, man. Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. Man, thank you so much for joining your boy. I got some people coming in town this weekend, so I'm going to be real out. My daughter got another track meet. It's going to be a crazy weekend for your boy. Y'all be careful out there this weekend. Once again, coming in at number 2 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times is Outkast. And you know what it is, man. I mean, you know who I got at number 1. We'll talk about it before we get out of here today. But this is my list, man. Don't take this personal. And I know we got all of these Southern rap fans. And hell, I'm from the South. And we're in Atlanta. And I got Outkast at number 2. I could have easily put them at number 1. No disrespect to the great Outkast, please. Just trust me on this. I don't take this personal, man. This is only healthy conversation. Right. I could have easily put them at number 1 and had justification for doing it. But I did put them at number 2. And just fantastic. Dre and Big Boy, unbelievable careers, man. They are ATL royalty. Definitely the first rap group you think about when you're talking about Atlanta, even though there's been a lot of people that have been in the rap industry, in the hip-hop industry before these guys. Some of the more local groups, DJ Kizzy Rock, some of those guys like that from back in the day. But Outkast is them dudes, man. So number 2 is Outkast on my list. The great Raheem the Dream. But we can't put Raheem the Dream over Outkast. Shouts out to him, though. So number 2 on my list is Outkast. From Scotty, he says, nothing wrong with being aggressive, Doug. Them old-ass ladies shouldn't have stepped out in the court if they weren't ready. And I agree. And if you're just joining me on the Doug Stewart Show, I gave a little story earlier about how I was playing tennis with my wife, and then, I was playing aggressive. That's the way they put it. My wife put it. And so they didn't ask us back to the league. I know. That's life, kids. Sometimes they just so not only do you get a lesson in radio and entertaining, but you get a lesson in life, on your field trip to the Doug Stewart Show. From Redland Kirk, Doug, as long as your record was 1-4, they were happy to have you in the group. But as soon as the Ninja record went to 4-1, you had to go. Know your place, Ninja. Yeah. I really, really was upset about that. Like, I told my wife, and this was a big issue we had in the house over that whole thing. I told my wife, they explained it to her. Let me tell you this part of the story as well. They explained it to her as they split up the group. The particular group that we had split up into 2 groups. And so the groups were smaller, and they tried to make it seem like that they just didn't have enough room for us. That was kind of the way they put it. But my wife kind of made it seem like, yeah, I don't really buy that story either. But this is what I'm hearing from the streets. A short way to put it. My wife was like, this is what they're telling me, is that you were too aggressive. And so it was fine. We was getting our ass kicked. And then when we took it serious and I started smashing fools and they had to duck for cover, then it was a problem. And trying to emasculate a brother. I didn't like that at all. So I told my wife, I was like, man, why don't you quit? Well, but I like to play. I need the exercise. I have fun. Some of the ladies on the team are my friends. I don't really want to quit. I'm so So you just going to sell me out like this? It was a big bone of contention in our house for a couple of days. I really took offense to that, man. From Brother Babe, Doug is the old lady killer. Slide Sports Guy, he says Outkast, Run DMC, Black Star, UGK, Mobb Deep is his list. He's got Outkast at number 1. And once again, I know a lot of people might have Outkast as number 1. I think number 2 all time is a tremendous honor. From Scotty, he says Salt and Pepper better not be on that list. What? I totally disagree. I've got Salt and Pepper at number 3. Once again, the way I kind of did it is how big was their name? Salt and Pepper was big. Okay? Push It? Man, you still hear Push It played like as a soundtrack movie in movies today. I mean, they had a hit. And I mean, I guess you could make the argument that they were almost kind of sort of like one-hit wonders, but that wasn't the case. Salt and Pepper was very prevalent back in the day, man. From Cali Boy J, he says number 5, the Dog Pound. I like Dog Pound. Let me go ahead and add Dog Pound to my list right now. DPG Gangsters? Dog Pound. I'm going to go ahead and type it in. And I should do this as opposed to writing because I write real slow. But Dog Pound, I'm going to put on my honorable mentions. I'm glad you mentioned them. I like Dog Pound. Number 4, Mobb Deep, the great Mobb Deep. Number 3, he's got EPMD. Number 2, he's got ATCQ. I'm not even sure who the hell that is. I'm guessing that's a Cali thing. But the fact that I've never heard of them, they can't go on my list. And number 1, he's got Outkast. And then he's got honorable mention, Brother. No commercial success, but 2 dope MCs. Right. From that Ninja Doug again, sir, there was no admission, Mr. Cosby. He bought drugs because in those days, people took a lot of drugs. No context for a statement. The poll should not have that admission quote. Okay, that Ninja. Clay Davis's Sheed advisor. Did Parsons do the same thing to the Rockets? No, he didn't do the same thing to the Rockets. I don't think he agreed. And first of all, he was on the Rockets at the time. He was on the Rockets. It's not a situation where he left his team, said he was going to another team, and then actually changed his mind. Parsons actually left from Houston and went to Dallas. I don't remember that being a story. From Fatboy McCoon, Parsons mad as hell, laugh out loud. Cornelia Small says, how did he leave them high and dry? If anything, he would have been leaving the team he was with high and dry. From Scotty, F. Chandler Parsons, does he realize he is Chandler Parsons? Chandler Parsons ain't a bad player. I mean, come on, let's keep it real. I mean, he's not no damn Penny Hardaway and nobody like that. Well, he's a solid player. From J.B. Jennings, Parsons is a Gator, so I root for him, but he is dead wrong. He got his feelings all in the mix. From Clay Davis's Sheed advisor, anybody thinking that DeAndre Jordan was a franchise player needs to have their head examined. They were acting like dude was a franchise player. Let me go ahead and grab a call. Caller, thanks for calling the Doug Stewart Show. What's your name? Where you calling from? What you want to talk about?
Doug Stewart, what's happening?
T, who is this? T from Huntsville?
Yes, sir. What's going on, man?
What up, T from Huntsville? How you doing, brother?
Man, enjoying the 52 hours on radio, man. Okay, right off the bat, I know you're never going to give yourself a BPA, but BPA to you for putting UGK at 5.
Wait a minute, stop. Back up. Say that one more time. You were kind of fast in your statement just now, T.
Okay, you know what? I'm not going to repeat that because you're probably going to shoot me.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
So I'm just going to move on from there. Can I get it on the top 5, man?
Oh, go ahead with your top 5, man.
Okay, at number 5, give me EPMD.
Okay.
Around 6th grade for me, I remember when they came out. Probably So What You Saying and Get the Bozak, my favorite 2 cut. Off that second tape, the beige tape.
Right.
You know, for all the greenhorns who never listened to a tape or a record.
Right.
At number 4, give me Run DMC, and I already know you got a problem with that. I'm putting them at number 4. I know they started all. They were very early. They really paved the way for a lot of groups.
I mean, T, they were on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine when they weren't letting ninjas on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine.
Oh, yeah, I hear you on that, sir, but like you have your way for your list, and my list, commercial success doesn't count because it's rap. It's not about commercial success.
Okay.
That just means the mainstream likes you.
Okay.
So a Rolling Stone cover really don't mean a lot to me. But they're a great group, don't get me wrong. And like you said, they're on the list, so that means something. At number 3, and I'm from the South, A-Ball and MJG. One of the early people that started, had 2 or 3 tapes, CDs that people didn't really know about, and Mr. Big and whatnot on it. 5 cuts. Everything, if you go back and listen to it, the straight 5. Straight Face Pimpin', classic CD. Came over through high school. Number 2, I got Outkast. I mean, it goes without saying, Outkast is just one of the greatest of all time. I mean,
so who do you got at number one? I'm interested now. I'm curious.
I got UGK at number one, sir. You kidding me?
Wait a minute. I thought you said UGK.
I'm sorry. What'd you say now?
I thought you already said UGK. I'm sorry. Give me your list one more time, brother.
Okay, at number 5, I got EPMD.
Okay.
Eric and Parrish Making Dollars. At number 4, I got the Great Run DMC.
Okay.
At number 3, I got 8-Ball and MJG.
Oh, okay. That's what it was.
And then I struggle with this one, but I mean, even through Outkast admitted they were influenced by UGK, and UGK really started it all. Not a lot of commercial success at all, but one of the greatest ever doing, the Underground Kings, and they were just what they title said.
So wait a minute. So wait a minute. Give me an education, T. UGK was a formed group before Outkast?
Yes, sir.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. Outkast came up listening to UGK.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And man, that's my list, man. That's my list. I think the groups. Oh yeah, real quick honorable mention to Houdini, Nice and Smooth, Tribe Called Quest, Black Star, which is Talib Kweli and Mos Def. Just straight flow. Straight flow if you ever listen to them. And I throw one out to De La Soul too.
Okay.
In my opinion, sir, don't you consider, because Herbie wrote their raps, weren't they somewhat actresses, even though they were popular?
Say that one more time. I'm sorry, T. You kind of talk fast.
I'm sorry. Since Herbie wrote Salt and Pepper's raps, don't you consider them more like actresses as opposed to MCs?
Oh, no. I don't know about that, T, and I didn't even factor that in. Is it true that Herbie Lovebug wrote their raps?
Yes, sir.
Is that confirmed?
Up until the point where they broke away from him and did like their last CD, he wrote all this stuff. And the last one didn't do real well.
Okay. T, shoot me a email, man, with some type of documentation on that. I've never heard that before. I knew that Herbie Lovebug, appreciate the call, T. I knew that the great Herbie Lovebug, that was their producer back in the day. He was in the Tramp video, I think. I knew that he had a lot to do with their success as far as the business side of it, but I had never heard. You always hear about how Biggie wrote Little Kim's rhymes or whatever. I haven't seen that validated anywhere as well, but I never really heard that, and maybe I'm just naive to the point. Once again, I did grow up in the country of South Carolina, so maybe that is true, and I've never heard it. But shoot me some information to that point, man. All right, this is the Doug Stewart Show. When we get back from the break, number one, you know who it is, but number one, and we'll do this week's Boil Peanuts Award. I think we've already stopped the voting. So we'll give you your Boil Peanuts Award when we get back. We'll read more of your chat, and I want to talk about the quarterback situation at Ohio State, man. It's a mess, to say the least. All right, don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. In life, things happen, good and bad, and being prepared is always important. If you're like me, a husband, a father, and protector of that family tree, then your family is the most important thing in the world. 95 million U.S. adults don't have protection in place. So, what I've done is put my protection in the hands of the largest and number one independent financial services company in North America, and that's Primerica. They look out for middle America because they believe that offering the most competitive premiums only benefits the client and have been doing so since 1977. If you're a parent, husband, or wife and want to discuss options with one of Primerica's top reps, then call my guy, Greg Wynn, at 678-439-7172. Again, that's 678-439-7172, and he'll put your family first. And hey, tell him that Doug Stewart sent you. Yes!
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
I'd been talking about red rice, frogmore stew. Another one on the list, on number 13 on this list, is peanuts taste better boiled. Yes. And as God is my witness, my wife did not know people boiled peanuts and ate them. She did not. My wife's from Ohio. And yes, boiled peanuts, if cooked right, are the bomb.
Sports talk. Straight, no chaser.
All right, so I got to clear something up. and I don't even know why anybody's mind would even work like this, but evidently it's becoming a topic of conversation. In the last segment, I was talking about boiled peanuts, okay, that come from out of the ground, not boiled peanuts. And so Evidently, there's some talk in the chat room about Doug talking about boiled man parts. No, peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts, okay? What is it? Peanuts? Peanuts. No, man, not boiled peanuts. Come on, man. And I see Vern in here. Damn you, Vern! Ugh. Y'all know what the hell I was saying. This is the Doug Stewart Show. What is 911 Tax Relief? It's a tax relief company that can help you reduce or remove your IRS or state tax debt. They'll help stop bank levies and wage garnishments by implementing offers in compromise or penalty abatements. 911 Tax Relief is a tax relief company, but they're different from the others. Their experts are licensed, enrolled tax agents, and they also have more than 12 years' experience helping people solve their tax problems. They're a tax relief company that understands how the IRS works, and they'll also put that knowledge to work for you, so they can get you the best possible settlement or solution to your tax problems. Highly rated by the Better Business Bureau, and they've helped thousands of people solve their tax problems. So, don't play around. Click on their link on my website and let 911 Tax Relief help you in your situation with Uncle Sam. Peanuts taste better boiled.
Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to begin our study of the male erection. We are adults. Now, I want everybody together to go ahead and say, penis, penis, penis.
Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better. Penis tastes better boiled.
Come on, y'all, say it.
No, man. Peanuts. I'm trying to say it as slow as I can. Peanuts. 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 Y'all know what the hell I was saying.
Come on, y'all, say it.
Welcome back to the Doug Stewart Show. And it's that time of the week, man. The Boiled Peanuts Award. And your contestants for said Boiled Peanuts Award, the great tree, the tree of life, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show, Jason Pierre-Paul, for blowing off his own damn finger. And he literally blew off his own damn finger. I was saying that earlier in the week before we got the reports that he had actually had his finger amputated. I didn't really think that he actually, mishandled those fireworks to the point where he had to get his finger amputated, but he had to get his finger amputated. And the problem with it, he's grown. I can understand a 5-year-old possibly doing that, but he's grown. So he was nominated, Subway Jared, for allegations dealing with child pornography. He's been suspended. The relationship between him and Subway has been suspended until they can get more details. That's just not a good look when the FBI come knocking on your door at 6 o'clock in the morning and you see them walking out with your computers and it's got something to do with child pornography. That's just not a good look. And then Bill Cosby, man, the admission in court. And once again, it is an admission. I think a lot of people, T sent me a post in the chat saying that he didn't admit to anything. He didn't admit to actually giving women or raping anybody. He didn't admit to raping anybody. My point to people that are still trying to defend Bill Cosby is when you've been accused of raping over 40 chicks over the last 40 years and you just so happen to admit in court, he did this now, not me. You just so happen to admit in court when asked the question, did you buy these drugs for the purpose to give to women for sex? When you admit to doing that, the dots just connect too much for me. So I'm of the opinion now that he has been doing this. Once again, all before, I didn't think so. I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Whether I thought so or not, I didn't, make a thought on it. I just really just stayed neutral. I didn't know. I thought a lot of it really just sounded real far-fetched. How could these women over all this amount of time, not come forward with this in some type of conspiracy? Maybe it has something to do with it. Or maybe he did do it. I didn't know. I was neutral in the whole thing. But after these sealed documents that came out that him and his lawyer probably never thought would get out, and the only reason they did is because Bill Cosby had been high-posting his entire life, and in particular over the last 10 years, calling folks out, talking about black people, how they need to do this and that, in which a lot of it's what he said and has been saying over the last couple of years probably is true, but I didn't think it was the proper way. I didn't think it was proper the way he did it. I never liked that. Talking about the youth of America. You so high and mighty and you around here raping chicks? No. So the judge released this information, and now me, just like a lot of other people that once again stayed neutral or even, thought that he didn't do this, have changed our minds. So you can keep trying to defend them all you want. That's your business. So this week's Ball Penis Award winner goes to, it's not even, Bill Cosby wins this thing, man, with 50% of the vote. He wins this thing. He's your Ball Penis winner for the week of July 10th, 2015. I didn't even want to get back into that conversation about Bill Cosby, man, because the whole thing's just very disappointing. I hadn't been a fan of him over the last couple of years since he's been on this little crusade to belittle the black community and call them out for some of the issues in the community. But I grew up on Bill Cosby. I grew up on the Fat Albert Show. I grew up on the Cosby Show. Once again, I used to sneak and look at or listen to the albums my old man had back in the day. And it's very disappointing, man, because he was a central figure, a big figure in not just entertainment, the arts and entertainment, but in the black community, period. Bill Cosby was held to such a high standard. He was on a pedestal. We love Bill Cosby. White people love Bill Cosby. And to find out he's doing this, and once again, I think this is probably even worse than Darren Sharper. It's worse than Darren Sharper because they're both horrible. But Darren Sharper wouldn't put it on a pedestal like Bill Cosby was. That's what makes it bad. That's what makes it, the ultimate thing is that's what makes this so bad, is that so many people believed in him. And then he had this rhetoric that he was spewing over the last couple of years. That's what made it so bad. That's unbelievable. Right. He hadn't admitted to raping anybody. All right. There's an old saying back in the country. It still applies today. Walk like a duck, quack like a duck. It must be a damn duck. Or a rapist in this case. And it hurts me to say that. It hurts me. It does. The guy's my frat brother as well. Bill Cosby is a Q. Pledged at Temple. I believe he did pledge undergrad. But wrong is wrong. I got daughters, and it's just bad. It's just bad. This is the Doug Stewart Show, 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let me read more of your chat here, man. And thank you for all of the chat. Once again, I always got to thank you for the chat because, with the chat, y'all kind of like my co-host. From Miss Mocha Bella, she says, you got to show Salt and Pepper some love. And I did. I put them at number 3 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times. T is supposed to send me some confirmation that Herbie Lovebug actually wrote their rhymes. He said they're more so actresses than rappers. I would tend to agree with you a little bit more if that's the case. From Grego, honorable ATL mentions Youngbloods. Yeah, I remember the Youngbloods. That's like, early 2000s, maybe late 90s. From the Kicking It With Kissy show. Sorry, this is a blasphemous, but EPMD is a better duo. What? Than Run DMC? Only because of the whole body of work. I think Run DMC has about 2 good albums, very impactful albums, but still, that's your opinion, Kicking It With Kissy. Cornelia Small, Lord Tariq and Peter Guns, Criss Cross, 95 South, KP and Envy, Ooh, I remember KP and Envy. Are they the ones? I believe that is the girls that had the My Boo track. Remember My Boo? That was like mid-'90s. That's kind of like one of my earliest ATL memory songs. That My Boo. Maybe we can pull it up and put that on the playlist for the show. This and that. Laugh out loud. But seriously, does 8-Ball and MJG get at least an honorable mention? Oh, of course 8-Ball and MJG get an honorable mention. I'll tell you that later. There's a little backstory to where I have 8-Ball and MJG on my list. Space Age Pimpin', baby? Come on, man. From that ninja, 2 days of DeAndre Jordan bashing. He should have just laundered $3 million to a legal gambling ring. Okay, here we go. From Clay Davis's Sheed advisor. Eric B. and Rakim should make the top 5 list. I didn't put them on the list because Eric B. wasn't a rapper. He was the DJ. We could definitely do a list one day, and you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show, of the top 5 MC DJ combinations, something like that. From Felpay, this is DeAndre Jordan, not Michael Jordan. This is the same guy who was being hacked in the playoffs because they knew he couldn't make a free throw. The easiest shot next to a layup. The nickname is Charity Stripe. Yeah, he's exactly right. It's really remarkable when you think about how much we're making a fuss out of DeAndre Jordan. If you step back from the situation and really think about it, like, there's a major fuss and cats are mad at each other. And an entire team got on a plane and went and sat in this man's living room to convince him, to peer pressure him to come play for them. DeAndre freaking Jordan? What was he, 3rd team NBA at center? Or maybe he was 3rd team All-Western Conference. I don't know, but he was 3rd team something. He's not even 1st and 2nd of anything. Oh, my gosh. Only in America. We living in a time, Fessa. From Ducking and Dodging, why do you think Aldridge went to visit 7 teams? Ego boost. Possibly as well. Everybody from day one was saying Aldridge was going to go and play for the Spurs. Everybody was saying that. So why did he go and visit all of these teams? I don't get that, man. From Sandman, Dallas may be getting Darren Williams soon, so it may have actually worked out if Jordan have stayed with Dallas, assuming D. Will is healthy. Well, D. Will is healthy. He might be healthy, but he's not the guy that we thought he would mature into over his career. He's really taken a step back as far as his notoriety and as far as where you would rank him in, as far as point guards. And he's older now. He's from Dallas, and if you haven't heard, he's trying to get out of his deal with the Nets so that he can go and play for Dallas. I'm not excited about getting Darren Williams at this point in his career. If I'm a Dallas Mavericks fan, I'm just not. Really a disappointment. And another guy that really doesn't play with a lot of heart from what I've seen. All right, we get back from the break, man. Number 1 on my list of top 5 rap duels. We'll read more of your chat, and then we'll wrap up today's show. Don't go away. The Doug Stewart Show. First of all, thank you for listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Now, if you've been listening for a while, you know that we've grown exponentially over the first couple of months. Whether that's listens, whether that's followers, we're blowing up, and you can be a part of it. If you have a company out there and you like to promote on the Doug Stewart Show, we'd love to partner with you. Here's what you do. Email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Once again, that's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Whether that's locally, regionally, or nationally, we can get the word out. What you're talking about is middle-aged dudes that love sports and love exciting sports talk. Once again, email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com, and we will put you out there. All right? That's doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Let's do some business. Yes!
National Debt Relief is one of the country's largest and most reputable debt settlement companies, made up of energetic individuals who are passionate about helping thousands of Americans with debt relief. Most importantly, we're all about helping our customers through a tough financial time in their lives with education and individual customer service. We're dedicated to helping individuals and families rid their lives of burdensome debt. Specializing in debt settlement, and they've also negotiated settlements for thousands of creditor and collection accounts. providing clients with both expertise and proven results. This means helping customers in time of hardship to get out of debt with the least possible cost. It can also mean conducting financial consultations, educating the customer, and recommending the appropriate solution. Core Services offer debt settlement as an alternative. I repeat, alternative to bankruptcy, credit counseling, and debt consolidation. National Debt Relief is your #1 advocate group to help you reestablish financial stability as quickly as possible. So give us a call at 844-828-4975. Again, that's 844-828-4975, and work it out.
At Ticket Liquidator, we believe you should have access to the experiences you want to be a part of. Since 2003, Ticket Liquidator has been connecting buyers and sellers with the most sought-after and often sold-out events across the country. Ticket Liquidator's nationwide network gives you access to one of the largest online inventories of sports, theater, and concert tickets, with prices lower than most companies in other markets. And our security policies are solid, so you can buy with absolute confidence. More tickets, better service, and lower prices, so you can witness the best entertainment, culture, and sports events worldwide. At Ticket Liquidator, we know that seeing a legend bring down the house or watching your team win the championship is about more than a ticket. It's about being there. For all your sports and entertainment ticket needs, call us at 855-638-3034. Again, that's 855-638-3034.
If you're not doing, what the hell are you doing? This is the Doug Stewart Show. Fantastic football, funny Friday. Even though we didn't get a chance to get into a lot of football. I'll tell you what, quickly. It's one of the hardest beats ever, man. Maybe I need to try to get Bone Crusher on the show. See what he's up to, the great Bone Crusher. We ain't never scared. This is the Doug Stewart Show. If you heard the comments from Ohio State's Braxton Miller in an interview that he did with the Columbus Dispatch, he says, as it stands right now, I know I'm the best athlete in college football. Wow, that's a huge statement. And you know the scenario. You know what's going on up there. You got Braxton Miller, who was the two-time Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year, I believe, before he got injured. And then, J.T. Barrett comes in and looks phenomenal. He's killing. He hurts himself. Then Cardale Jones comes in, third stringer. He comes in a backup role, a third-string role, once again, and wins the national championship. And, I mean, they all are phenomenal. I am shocked that all three of these guys came back to Ohio State, even taking it back to Cardale Jones. I'm shocked that he didn't go and put his name in the draft. Now, a lot of people were throwing shade, saying he wouldn't have been drafted high. I still disagree with that. With those personal workouts and those team interviews, he would have went first round. I think that he would have went before what's his face, the quarterback from Oregon. Name escapes me right now. But I thought that he would have went before him. I would have rather had Cardale Jones as a quarterback and drafted Cardale Jones with all of his tangibles and intangibles and his skill set. I would have rather have had him. And that wasn't the case. And all of these guys came back. Once again, kind of like I talked about with LeBron James and that one-year deal. I hope it works out. I hope it works out for these guys. But no way in hell, if I were J.T. Barrett or if I were Braxton Miller, I would have came back. And some people are saying, well, what happens if Cardale Jones doesn't start? What if he doesn't start? How is he going to feel? He came back. He didn't come back to be a backup. No way. I'm thinking that he was, promised the starting job by Urban Meyer. That sounds like the only way. You remember he had just had a kid as well? And talking about Cardale Jones? His girlfriend had just had a kid, so now he got bills, and he came back to college like they love him or something. That was unbelievable to me. So I hope this thing works out. I don't know how it's going to work out. I have no clue how it's going to work out. It can't work out for two of these guys. One of these guys, it may work out, but two of these guys are going to be ass out. They are. So, once again, Good luck to these young men. I hope they made the right decision. Coming in at number 1 on my list of top 5 rap duos of all times is Run DMC. You know what it is, man. I mean, I thought that was easy. I actually thought this was easy, but it wasn't as easy as I thought. But this is my list once again. This was my list again, so that's who I got at number 1, man. And for the obvious reasons, I mentioned to somebody earlier in one of the posts that I read. I mean, these guys were on the cover of freaking Rolling Stone magazine when they wouldn't let ninjas on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. And not only that, you're talking about rappers. Rappers, do you know how unheard of that was during the time when this went down? That they would garner and be on the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. So you know about Run DMC really took rap to the next level. You know, that's their claim to fame. They kind of took it from, something done in the neighborhood and that a select amount of people heard to worldwide. Worldwide. So for that alone, man, and they had a ton of great hits. Run DMC had a ton of hits, man. I mean, what? Peter Piper, It's Tricky, Sucker MCs, My Adidas. They had a ton of great songs, hits, okay? And their legacy, man, will never be touched. So Run DMC comes in at number 1 on my list. Honorable mention. Honorable mention for top 5 rap duos of all times. Honorable mention, who do I got here? The Great Kid and Play. I've got Tribe Called Quest, 8 Ball and MJG, Mobb Deep, Black Star. Somebody mentioned them earlier. Mos Def and Talib Kweli. Who else I have? Somebody got me to add Dog Pound Gangsters, DPG, as well as Tribe Called Quest. So those are my honorable mentions, the top 5 rap duos. I'm sorry, man. I like my list. I think my list is perfect. UGK at number 5, EPMD at number 4, number 3, Salt and Pepper. Show the ladies some love, and also they were very relevant. I mean, as far as name, once again, very big, worldwide big. Outkast number 2, and number 1, the great Run DMC. I couldn't put Outkast in front of Run DMC, and maybe that's just the old school in me and paying homage to the forefathers of the game. But once again, that's my Bobby Brown. That's my prerogative. From ducking and dodging. Why do you think Aldridge went to visit 7 teams? I think I already read that one. From Sandman. Dallas may be getting Darren Williams. I read that as well. I'm sorry. From Thorny Switch. They so damn quick to criticize when they don't get things their way. F. Parsons. From ducking and dodging. Parsons was restricted. Maybe the Mavs gave him an offer. Rockets didn't match. Yeah, that wasn't the same scenario. This scenario with DeAndre Jordan, I can't remember it being to this level. They had talked about a couple of players. Carlos Boozer kind of did this a couple of years ago, and it was a big deal, but it wasn't in the manner of this, with this time period between in which he had made a commitment to Dallas. So much time had elapsed, and at the last minute, and remember, a lot of things, there was a domino effect to what he did and not going to Dallas after he said he would. There was a domino effect as far as free agents. It affected the entire hierarchy of the free agency period. So I think it was different in that regard. From Eugene Jackson, boo, Salt and Pepper. Doug, we need a do-over. From that ninja, hell no, Doug, they didn't even write. And I guess maybe I had read this. I'm just getting to this, and this was after I made my comments about Salt and Pepper. Oh, maybe it wasn't. They were actresses. Herbie wrote there, everything. Okay, so yeah, I'd already talked to that ninja. From Rel Scott, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick. Were they a duo, or did they just do a song or two together? You know, I'm not doing like, what was it, The Throne with Jay-Z and Kanye. I don't really consider them. I consider them single solo artists. You know, Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick, I do believe what they do, the show. They did Lottie Dottie together. They weren't really an item. They did a couple of songs together early, but then they were known to do individual things. So I didn't put Dougie Fresh and Slick Rick together as a duo. From the brother Beloved, Nice one, Dougie, on the salt and pepper. People forgot about salt and pepper from reading the chat. From Uncle Mike, rest in peace to Confederate flag. So the flag came down already? I think they were going to do it at the start of my show or at 11. Yeah, man. It's a wrap on the flag. The Confederate punk-ass flag. From Fell Pay, Salt and Pepper. Would you try to be politically correct now, Doug? No. Oh, come on, man. You know better than that. I think Salt and Pepper's relevance in the history of rap is big. You know, and especially we're talking about duels. If we're talking about rappers and any other category of rap, maybe not. But Salt and Pepper, I think they deserve some love on this. From Griff, honorable mentions, The Unsungs, MOP, Das Effects. Shouts out to Das Effects. They want effects. Third Base, Naughty by Nature. Yeah, but that's another thing. Naughty by Nature. So is it Tretch and what's the guy named, the little sidekick guy? I never thought that they were a duo. I always thought it was just Tretch, and once in a while, what's his name, Vinny. Once in a while, they let Vinny get on the mic, but I never considered, Naughty by Nature as a duo. Salt and Pepper and Dead Prez from Togo, Uganda. Serious question, was Ken Stabler bisexual? What? The press release says his daughters and his longtime partner. Never heard that before. I'm going to do some research after the show, though. And you're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. From Eugene Jackson. He says, Houdini. Ooh, I forgot about the great Houdini. Funky beat, 5 minutes of funk. And see, this happens every once in a while. So do I bump off UGK or EPMD or Salt and Pepper for Houdini? And they're the epitome of a duel. They are. Nah, I like my list, man, but damn, let's put Jalil in Ecstasy, aka Houdini, as a very high-ranking honorable mention. Damn, that's a good one. Nobody mentioned Houdini today. From Grego Blackstar, Mos Def and Talib, Cain and Abel, No Limit Soldiers. I don't remember none of Cain and Abel stuff. I remember they were part of the No Limit roster, but I don't remember none of this stuff. From The Brother Be Loved, Grego dropped the bomb with Blackstar. Oh, yeah, Blackstar was real tight. And truth be told, man, Mos Def, he can get with anybody behind the mic. Anybody. Talib, too, but Mos Def was just extraordinary. I think he's moved to Europe or something like that. He's a real deep brother, so he always into some new wave stuff. From Nino the Rhino, Nice and Smooth. Oh, yeah, the great Nice and Smooth. Cornelia Small says the Yin Yang Twins, Lords of the Underground, Das Effects, MOP, Nice and Smooth. And also he has Pete Rock and CL Smooth and Black Star. That's a good list right there, too, man. Yeah, I mean, a lot of great duels, man, in hip-hop history. How many too many to name? I mean, it's too much to name. But I like my list, man. Thank you for joining me today on the Doug Stewart Show. I really do appreciate it, man. Shouts out to everybody that made today's show possible. Shouts out to the Stewies. Shouts out to the Stewies, man. Thank y'all so much for participating on the Doug Stewart Show. Shouts out to the Tree of Life, the producer to the Doug Stewart Show. Waterhead Walter, Dwayne Vassan, Gerald Oliveri, my engineers. Thank y'all. Shouts out to the great Pink Gator for this bumping track. Look up Pink Gator on YouTube or on iTunes. Download some of his music. All right, we'll do it again Monday. Be careful out there on them streets this weekend. I got a long weekend, man. Some of my chapter bros coming in town. We going to get together. Shouts out to Spring 92 getting together this weekend. Daughter's got a track meet. Homeboy got a little bachelor party this weekend. It's going to be off the chain, shorty. Yes, sir. We'll do it again Monday. Same Doug Stewart time, same Doug Stewart channel. Peace.